Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we begin, I want you to imagine something for just a moment. A woman you care about suddenly goes quiet. Not cold, not angry, just quiet in a way that makes your stomach tighten. That moment, that silence, is where most men panic. But what if I told you that sometimes a woman pulls back not because she's losing interest, but because she's fighting feelings she never expected to have for you? If you're already feeling that uneasy curiosity rising in your chest, make sure you subscribe and like the video, because what I'm about to reveal will change the way you read women forever. Here's the truth no one ever explained to you. When a woman starts catching deeper feelings, her behavior almost never makes logical sense. It's emotional, instinctive, and often completely contradictory. She may ignore your messages for hours, she may act distant in public, or she may pretend she doesn't notice you. And yet behind that silence is a storm of thoughts centered on you. Women don't fall in a straight line, they fall in spirals, and men misread those spirals all the time. There's a specific shift that happens inside her when she starts feeling pulled toward you. It's not something she controls, it's something she tries to manage. Women are far more aware of the emotional risks of falling for someone than men realize. When she feels her guard slipping, when she notices herself thinking about you during quiet moments of her day, when she catches herself replaying your voice or remembering the little things you said, that's when she pulls back. Not because she doesn't want you, but because she wants you too much and doesn't want that to show. When a woman ignores you while simultaneously doing one particular thing, and I'll explain that pattern in the next parts, it's almost always a sign she's falling deeper than she intended. Her silence isn't rejection, it's emotional self-protection. It's her way of slowing herself down, because deep feelings make her feel exposed, and exposed is the one thing she never wants to be unless she's sure you're safe. This is why so many men lose their chance. They chase harder, respond with anger, or withdraw completely. But a woman who ignores you while secretly holding on is revealing something profound. She's showing you a doorway into her emotional world, if you know how to read it. Now, let's get into what she's actually doing when it seems like she's ignoring you. It's subtle, almost invisible if you're not paying attention. But if you know the signs, it's like reading a secret code she's sending you, one that most men completely miss. Here's the first truth. When a woman starts falling for you, her attention doesn't vanish. It hides. She may not respond right away. She may act busy. She may even tease you in a way that feels frustrating. But behind that surface, she's watching, listening, noticing every detail, every small gesture you make, every word you say, every smile or laugh you share. She's recording it in her mind. The difference between a woman who's genuinely losing interest and one who's falling is in the little contradictions. She ignores you at times, yes, but then she leaves breadcrumbs. Maybe it's a like on a story she could have scrolled past. Maybe it's a sudden comment on a post that seems random, but it's not. Or she remembers something you said weeks ago and brings it up casually. These are her hidden signs, the cracks in her composed exterior, the moments where her guard slips without her realizing. And here's where most men completely misread the situation. Your instinct might tell you she's rejecting you, that silence equals disinterest. That's exactly the trap. Her silence is not rejection. It's a test, both for herself and for you. She's measuring your patience, your consistency, your ability to stay grounded without overreacting. A woman in this phase is deeply conflicted. Part of her wants to chase, part of her wants to retreat. She's battling vulnerability, desire, and fear all at once. You'll notice a subtle shift in her behavior around you. It's not overt. It's in the timing of her responses, the tone of her voice, the way she smiles when she catches your eye. She may act aloof or distracted, but if she's slipping into your space mentally, emotionally, she's drawn to you more than she lets on. This is the moment where men can either ruin everything with impatience or read the signals and lean into them with calm, confident understanding. Recognizing this pattern is a game changer. When you see her ignoring you but still leaving these signs, you know she's not walking away. She's falling, and falling hard. Most men chase. Few understand the power of quiet patience. Most men panic. Few notice the hidden pull. But when you understand her psychology, you're no longer reacting. You're seeing the invisible thread connecting her heart to yours, and you can move with it rather than against it. Now let's dive even deeper, because this is where most men completely misinterpret what's happening. When a woman ignores you but still does certain things, it's not random. It's her subconscious showing you she's emotionally invested. She's fighting herself. On the surface, she may act distant or like she doesn't care, but underneath, she's thinking about you constantly. Her mind replays your conversations, your jokes, your gestures, sometimes over and over. And the more she tries to act indifferent, the more her actions reveal the truth. One of the most telling signs is how she mirrors your energy without realizing it. Maybe you mentioned trying something new or achieving a goal, and suddenly she's talking about similar experiences or showing subtle interest in the same topics. That's her unconscious way of connecting. When a woman begins to mirror you, even in small, seemingly insignificant ways, she's emotionally aligning herself with you. Men often dismiss this, thinking she's just being friendly. But it's far deeper than that. Her mind is attaching to yours in a way that she doesn't fully control. Another signal is what I call emotional leakage. These are the moments when she unintentionally lets her guard down. A laugh that lingers a second too long, a soft smile when she thinks you're not looking, or a question that goes beyond casual curiosity. These aren't accidents. They're small breaches in the wall she's building around herself, a wall she uses to hide her growing feelings. And here's the critical point most men miss. When she ignores you but still keeps these emotional breadcrumbs, she's creating tension. She wants to see how you handle it, whether you'll stay calm, confident, and patient, or whether you'll overreact. Women are testing your stability, your ability to match her emotional intensity without losing your own ground. This is why chasing her with anxiety or overtexting almost always backfires. Understanding this dynamic gives you power. It allows you to interpret her actions correctly, to respond in ways that deepen her attraction without pushing her away. Her ignoring you is not a rejection. It's a subconscious signal of desire, a complex mixture of fear and fascination. She's caught between the urge to run and the pull to surrender. Recognizing this duality is what separates men who panic from men who can create genuine emotional pull. When you start seeing these patterns clearly, you'll notice a shift. You'll stop questioning her every move, stop overthinking, and begin operating from a position of quiet confidence. And in that space, she begins to fall for you more intensely than words could ever express. Here's where it gets even more intense. A woman who is falling for you while appearing to ignore you will start showing what I call invisible attention. It's almost imperceptible, but if you notice, it's undeniable. She'll subtly check in on your life without making it obvious, liking a post, commenting on something small, remembering details you thought were forgotten. These actions are quiet confessions. She's investing emotionally without saying a single word. Most men dismiss them as coincidences, but they're deliberate, even if she doesn't consciously realize it. Then comes the physical cues, the ones that are hardest for men to read because they're so subtle. A fleeting touch on your arm, standing slightly closer than necessary, leaning in when you talk, or maintaining eye contact just a little longer than normal. Women often do these things instinctively when they feel drawn to someone. It's not about manipulation, it's about biology and subconscious attraction. She can't fully control it. Her body is betraying her mind, revealing the truth she's trying to hide behind silence. Now let's talk about timing, because this is critical. A woman who is genuinely falling for you while appearing distant will create patterns. She may disappear for hours, even days, but then reappear at just the right moment to pull your attention back. This push and pull isn't cruelty. It's her emotional system trying to calibrate. She's testing her own feelings while also gauging your reaction. How you respond in these moments determines whether you become someone she clings to or someone she doubts. Patience and controlled responses are essential. Reacting with frustration, desperation, or over-texting will break the delicate pull she's creating. The mental game she's playing is intricate. She's caught between wanting closeness and fearing vulnerability. This is why she may tease you, give you mixed signals, or act aloof after moments of warmth. She's essentially holding herself back to protect her heart while simultaneously signaling it's already invested. Recognizing this duality is your key to understanding her attraction. She's testing, calibrating, and falling, all at once. When you begin to interpret these cues correctly, you stop reacting impulsively. You begin responding intentionally. You start creating tension that draws her in deeper instead of pushing her away. The beauty of this dynamic is that it amplifies desire. Silence, subtle attention, small touches, timing, all of it builds emotional gravity. She's falling for you while thinking she's holding herself back, and the more you understand this, the more you can guide the pull without breaking it. Now let's uncover the final layer that most men never see, the psychological reason behind why a woman ignores you yet can't let go. When a woman starts falling hard, she experiences a conflict between desire and self-preservation. On one hand, she's pulled toward you, emotionally invested, thinking about you constantly. On the other, she fears exposing herself, losing control, or being hurt. This is why she creates distance. It's her mind trying to manage emotions that are already running wild. Understanding this internal struggle is critical because it explains behaviors that seem contradictory on the surface. One of the most powerful signs she's falling is how she reacts to your emotional state. Even if she's distant, she notices the smallest shifts in your mood. She remembers things you say in passing, the way you laugh, the moments when you're most authentic. And when she's quietly ignoring you, she's still gauging your energy, evaluating whether you're the kind of man who can handle her depth. Her attraction isn't just physical, it's psychological, emotional, and instinctive. She's connecting to the real you in ways she can't verbalize. Here's the critical point that separates men who fail from men who succeed. You don't need to chase her. You don't need to plead for attention. The moment a man chases a woman who's already emotionally invested is the moment he triggers her fear. Instead, the strategy is subtlety and presence. Be consistent, be confident, and let your actions demonstrate that you are stable and reliable. She's drawn to that. It's magnetic because she's craving someone who can match her intensity without collapsing under it. Pay attention to small signals that indicate she's emotionally engaged, even when her words and actions suggest otherwise. The extra time she spends thinking about you, the random touches, the timing of her messages, the questions she asks about your life. All of this reveals her internal struggle. She's falling hard, but she's trying to convince herself she's not. Recognizing this pattern gives you power because you're no longer guessing. You're reading the hidden narrative she's writing with her behavior. This is a delicate balance. Push too hard, and she retreats. Pull back entirely, and she may assume disinterest. But when you respond with controlled presence, emotional intelligence, and subtle affirmation, she feels both safe and desired. Her ignoring you while still engaging subtly is not rejection. It's proof of attraction. She's falling, but she's doing it cautiously. And once you understand this, you can navigate her silence with precision, turning it into emotional gravity that pulls her toward you stronger than she ever imagined. Now here's the truth most men never grasp. When a woman ignores you but keeps doing these subtle things, she's not just interested, she's falling hard, and she's emotionally invested in ways even she might not fully admit. Her actions, her silences, the small signs of attention, they all point to one undeniable reality. You've captured her mind and heart. Understanding this is the key to turning what feels like frustration into profound attraction. The final layer of this dynamic is emotional tension. When she ignores you, she's creating a space where her feelings grow unchecked. Absence amplifies desire. That tension isn't accidental. It's her subconscious pulling her toward you while keeping her pride and emotional safety intact. She wants to see if you're the kind of man who can hold your ground, who won't chase blindly, who can let her reveal herself at her own pace. And the men who recognize this, who respond with calm confidence, almost always become the center of her emotional world. Watch for moments when her behavior contradicts her words. Maybe she says she's busy or uninterested, yet she finds excuses to be around you, notices things about you no one else would, or subtly seeks validation through your reactions. These are not coincidences. They're emotional breadcrumbs leading you straight into her subconscious attraction. Women do this naturally. They are wired to signal desire subtly while maintaining a protective barrier. And if you misread it, you'll never understand the depth of her feelings. Here's the secret. The more you understand her internal conflict, the more you can use it to deepen connection. Don't overanalyze or react out of anxiety. Instead, observe, respond with quiet assurance, and mirror the emotional intensity without overstepping. Your steadiness becomes irresistible because it contrasts with her emotional turbulence. She's drawn to security, confidence, and the ability to handle complexity without panic. By the time she starts letting small vulnerabilities show, like sharing a fear, admitting she missed you, or laughing at a private joke, you'll know she's fully invested. Her ignoring you while doing these subtle things was never rejection. It was attraction disguised as